Let's have 2 lines of 10, 10. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1, and hold. You're gonna go through. With your immediate 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 10. Kick out. 9, 8, 7, 6. There you go. Play. 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 Finish. Finish. Yeah. Excellent. Play. Moving stand on. Stand on. Yeah. 6, 5, yeah. 4, 3, 9, 8, 7, 8, 6, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, 8, 9, 11. One, two, three, play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Continue. 1, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Out. Come on. Out. 8, 9. 10, 11. Continue. Play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Go. One more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's harsh. That was very harsh.
Yeah, I think the two friendly matches came at a good time because it was just the season is finished, and we have a lot of new Kenyan base players that's playing abroad and that we haven't had an opportunity to watch them, unfortunately. So now this gives us a good indication of to see the levels and the quality they have compared to previous teams that we've had. Then it just added more to the potential that the team has, and by the time September comes, when it's the African qualification matches, and you see the group that we have: South Africa, Guinea, and Eritrea. So I think we want to be ready, because even though we already qualified, but we want to also feel like we deserve to be there because of the quality that we want to have in the group stages. So this is a good opportunity for us to see a lot of them, and the best thing about them all is, I think, everybody is under 25, so it's a very young squad, and that's what we want, good quality top young players that can represent Kenya, and then so there's some continuity, even one day, the day that we gone, but we will leave this national team with a good crop of young players, and even more young players coming through the ranks as well. So that's the purpose of this two friendly matches. I never have a single problem with the players that been coming in. discipline has been really good. The work ethic, the mentality, the mindset that they have, they always give everything, you know. So that's what you want. That's what you want to see. So the progression from this national team is only getting better and better and better and better as time goes by. Um, and the main aim is by the time the AFCON gets, we want to be able to compete against the teams the likes of Senegal, give a better count of ourselves than the last time that we faced them, where we felt that we were so far behind them in terms of quality. But that's the that's why you see all these young players, you know. So I think this is inspiring for the local Kenyan players bases playing in the Kenyan league, you know. I think we're not too far off where we want to be. Um, the best comparison that I can probably give was now our last international when we played in Rwanda against Estonia and Grenada. And the Estonian national team, they were playing in the World Cup qualifiers against Italy, against Norway. And I think, yes, even though they didn't qualify, but they left a really good account of themselves, and they showed the quality and the levels that they were at. And I think we were incredibly good against them. Um, we drew, which I felt outdone by, because I thought we were the better team, you know, on the day, and then unfortunately we lost against penalties, and that just showed the levels this team was able to lift themselves up. So I would say that we 3/4 close to where we want to be. You know, to make the full circle, we're still missing that last bit because we've got so many injuries. Marcelo is coming back now from injury. Amos, we've integrated him with the squad as well because he's also been injured, lengthy injury and coming back. So we're trying to help players. But then you've got Michael Olunga that has to come back from injury. Jonah, Daniel Ayembe, you know. So um, yeah, we're missing so many top players that come and still strengthen this team even more than what it is. And I think once we're at full strength, at full potential, then I think, yeah, we got something really optimistic to be about for the AFCON. And that we want the fans behind the team like they were when we played in the Chan competition, and it was incredible. You know, the understanding, the togetherness between the players and the fans. And that's what we want to continue to build on, that relationship. So yeah. So the message is just to be patient. I know that it is frustrating sometimes, you know, as coaches. Every fan wants to see his team's player in the national team, but unfortunately, if you are in this pressured situation, you gotta make a decision, and you gotta always try and make the right decision. The decision's not always going to be favorable for what people on the outside like to see, but it must be favorable for the cohesion of the team, that there's understanding that the puzzle fits in correctly, that you don't have five good players in one position and then in the other positions the team is suffering. So you gotta integrate and then build a structure. Then sometimes it's not going to be to everybody's cup of tea, but at the end of the day, if it makes this team strong and if it makes the team win, that should all that matters, you know. And then the fans should just get the rally behind the team, because I think also in the culture there's for everyone. You know, it's a unified Kenya national team, not.
I feel good to be back because it has been a long time since I got the injury. It was like 9 months, and it's something that is always unusual for me. So for me, I feel like this is the perfect moment for me to come back. For me, it's just to be the role model, and for the experience that I have, is just to show them the way. Because even me, like 10 years ago, I was like them when I was starting to play for the national team. So I have learned a lot through the way. So for me, it's just also to give them the same experience that I had. Sometimes it's always difficult for a young player to integrate with the squad, but we have to also to show them the way that it is supposed to be done like this and this. So we have to be our brother's keeper. Our take is just to win because we are building a team, and you know that African Cup of Nations is in Kenya. So this is the best time to build a team that will be ready for next year. So this kind of friendlies are always good for us to see which kind of level that we are.
Yeah, it's always an honor as always to represent your country. When I got the news, I was very excited. You know, I think it happened before my final, so it added to the excitement of that. So I'm very happy to be here. Yeah, I had a good season. I scored a lot of goals, and I'm trying to carry that confidence and momentum to Kenya, and hopefully I can give a few good performances for the country. And yeah, as I said, I'm just happy to be here. I'm trying to take it all in, the experience, meet the new boys as well. So I'm very happy.
Yeah, I'm very proud. It's really an honor for me. It's like a dream to come true. To represent your own country and to come back home. So I'm very proud. I think I'm very explosive. I'm a good line keeper, and in Europe it's very important to also be good with the feet. So I can play really good with the feet, and I'm good in the short passes and stuff. So I think I'm also a good playing goalkeeper, but the best on the line, a good reflex. To make some minutes, to show myself in a good way, and I try to prove my points and show them what I can, and maybe help the team. And I hope to be called up more and more, and maybe the AFCON